Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Just type in chat box Y or N, yes or no. Am I audible, everyone? Okay. Great. Great. Now, today we are using another approach. Okay. Today I'll be solving maths on this board. All the problems I will solve here. Right. So, my another question is screen visible to you? Everyone, is screen visible to you? Can you see board? Okay. Great, 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 great. Okay. So let us start our today's session. So first we are going to see last class means Monday's homework problems, your questions of homework in which you are having doubt, that we are going to see first, and then we will solve different questions. Right. Today our target is to complete this in-class exercise and homework. Now, so just tell me in homework's question. First, I have given you the homework of level 1 in class exercise level 1 question 1. So in this question, anybody is having doubt? If you are having doubt in this question, first we will solve this and then we will proceed. So in class exercise level 1 question 1, just type yes or no in chat box. Okay. So, okay. Okay, nobody is having doubt, right? Level 1 question 1. Okay, all the questions very easy. Okay. Just you have to understand the concept of question number 3, students. Question number 3 जो आपसे पूछ रहा था उसका मीनिंग आपको पता चलना चाहिए. Okay, rest thing is very much easy, right? Okay. Now see, क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में लेवल 1 क्वेश्चन 1 उसका थर्ड क्वेश्चन आपको ये पूछा गया था कि आपको चेक करना है 0 डिवाइड्स 4, राइट? मतलब क्या 0 4 को डिवाइड करता है? इसका आंसर मुझे दीजिए. कितने लोगों ने यस लिखा है? 0 डिवाइड्स 4. यस, यस वाले कितने हैं? जस्ट टाइप वाई इन योर चैट बॉक्स. 0 डिवाइड्स 4. ओके, किसी ने नहीं लिखा. 0 डिवाइड्स 4. नो वाले कितने हैं? ओके, एवरीवन इज टेलिंग नो. नॉट अ सिंगल पर्सन फॉर यस. किसी ने भी यस नहीं लिखा. ओके, चलो वेरी गुड. ठीक है, तो कोई मुझे बता सकता है आप सब में से क्यों आपने इसका कोई रीजन नहीं, मतलब क्यों आपने नो लिखा, यस क्यों नहीं लिखा? राइट. चिन्मयी, चिन्मयी क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हो आपका ऑडियो ऑन करके? ओके, 0 × 0 + 4 मोहित का कहना है, बिकॉज r = 0. कुशाग्र का कहना है. तो वो सारी चीजों में तो राइट आना चाहिए. 0 × 0 + 4. मोहित का कहना अलग है, कुशाग्र का कहना अलग है. अब दोनों चीजें अलग कह रहे हो. एनीबडी एल्स? एनीवन एल्स? वरुण राव बोल रहा है इट्स रॉन्ग. यस, इट्स रॉन्ग. रिमाइंडर इज 4. नहीं, सी एवरीवन, सी. सी सी सी. ओके 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 ओके, स्टॉप राइटिंग इन चैट बॉक्स. स्टॉप राइटिंग इन चैट बॉक्स. सुनो, राइट, यू ऑल आर राइट, बट समझो इधर रिमाइंडर 4 है, वो सारी चीजें बात की बात है. ये इसीलिए क्वेश्चन मैंने पिक किया. आपको 0 से डिवाइड करना है, समझो. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय दिस? 0 से डिवाइड करने का मतलब क्या हुआ, समझो. मैं 4 को 0 से डिवाइड कर रहा हूँ, मतलब मैं 4 डिवाइड बाई 0 लिख रहा हूँ. अगर मुझे 4 को 2 से डिवाइड करना हो तो मैं क्या लिखता हूँ? 4/2. एम आई राइट? फिर इसको सिंप्लीफाई करके मैं लिख सकता हूँ, यस, 2 × 2 = 4, आंसर इज 2, राइट? नाउ अब यहाँ पे मुझे 4 को 0 से डिवाइड करना है. सो माइंड वेल एवरीवन. यस, 4 को 0 से डिवाइड करना है मतलब मुझे 4 डिवाइड बाई 0 लिखना है. एंड 1 डिवाइड बाई 0 इज नॉट डिफाइंड. 0 का इनवर्स डिफाइन ही नहीं है, राइट? सो 1 बाई 0 इज नॉट डिफाइंड. सो सिंस 1 बाई 0 इज नॉट डिफाइंड, इसीलिए क्या 0 4 को डिफाइन करेगा? 0 4 को डिवाइड करेगा नहीं. क्यों डिवाइड नहीं करेगा? क्योंकि 1 बाई 0 डिफाइन नहीं है. पता चला सबको? रीजन पता चला? तो आपने जो रीजन लिखा था कि भाई 0 = 0 × 0 + 4, दैट रीजन इज रॉन्ग रीजन. कि भाई रिमाइंडर 4 है इसीलिए डिवाइड नहीं करेगा. नहीं, दैट इज द रॉन्ग रीजन. ओके, व्हाट इज द एक्चुअल रीजन इज 1 बाई 0 इज अनडिफाइंड. ओके, इसीलिए क्वेश्चन मैंने आपको होमवर्क में दिया था. तो फॉर्मूला बुक में ये चीज लिख देना. ओके, तो जिनको भी पता नहीं था, ओके, कुशाग्र ने बोला गॉट इट, बाकी सबको पता चला, ये कंसेप्ट में पता चला 1 बाई 0 इज नॉट डिफाइंड. जस्ट राइट यस और नो, चेक बॉक्स. तो ये 1 बाई 0 डिफाइंड नहीं है, ये आप फॉर्मूला बुक में डाल देना सब. ओके, सो ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रेट, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड. ओके, सो 1 बाई 0 इज नॉट डिफाइंड, ये आपको फॉर्मूला बुक में डाल देना है. ओके, फॉर्मूला बुक में कितनी बार लिखना है? यू ऑल नो, 5 टाइम्स. ओके, so this was very first basic question, homework in class exercise question number 1. उसके बाद मैंने आपको होमवर्क दिया था, that was level 1 question 2 तो मैंने खुद कराया था, level 2 question 4 मैंने कराया था, question 5 मैंने आपको होमवर्क में दिया था, right? कि question 5 में आपको लिखना था, सबसे पहले आपको 468 और 222 का HCF फाइंड करना था. ओके, फाइंड HCF ऑफ 468 एंड 222. ओके, नाउ अब ये HCF ऑलवेज, मतलब ये अगर आप क्लास 10th में हो तो आपको एक ही मेथड से करना है, दैट इज यूक्लिड्स डिवीजन एल्गोरिथम. तो यूक्लिड्स डिवीजन एल्गोरिथम से आप सबका HCF हो गया था, राइट? HCF क्या आया था? कोई चैट बॉक्स में लिखेगा फटाफट. आपका HCF क्या आया था घर से? 468 और 222 का HCF 6. ओके, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड. सो 6 इज द राइट आंसर. नाउ फिर आपको लिखना था 6 as a linear combination of 468 and 222. That is 468 plus 468x plus 222y in two different ways. समझना, क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे हाफ खत्म हो रहा है. दूसरा क्वेश्चन आपका ये था कि 6 को आपको 468 और 222 के लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन में लिखना है. दैट इज 468x प्लस 222y. ये लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन में आपको दो तरीके से लिखना है, इन 2 डिफरेंट वेज. ओके, 2 डिफरेंट वेज में आपको लिखना है. तो एक वे से तो आप ऑलरेडी जान चुके थे, लास्ट टाइम मैंने बताया था कैसे लिखना है, कि हम स्टेप बाय स्टेप रिमाइंडर से जाते जाएंगे, राइट? रिमाइंडर से हम सारी चीजें लिखते जाएंगे, सिंप्लीफाई रिमाइंडर सिंप्लीफाई रिमाइंडर सिंप्लीफाई रिमाइंडर सिंप्लीफाई, और फाइनली हमें ये आंसर मिलेगा. दूसरा वे क्या है वो मैं आपको बताऊंगा, बट इससे पहले आप मुझे बताओ सबका आंसर क्या आया था एक्स और वाई का. जस्ट कमेंट बॉक्स में अपना अपना एक्स और वाई का आंसर लिखो. जैसे प्रज्ञा ने लिखा है कि उसको एक्स का आंसर मिला था -9, और ओके, मोहित ने लिखा है वाई का मिला था 19. वही सेम आंसर श्रीकर ने भी लिखा है. तो क्या एक्स और वाई की यही वैल्यू सबको मिली थी? एक्स वॉज -9 एंड वाई 19. ओके 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 ओके, सो एवरीबडी गॉट द सेम. ओके सर, डाउट इन लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन. वेट वेट वेट, किसी को डाउट था? शिवप्पा, मिस्टर शिवप्पा, तो लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन में आपको किस में डाउट था? मतलब ये यहाँ से ये लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन कैसे करना है उसमें डाउट था? अच्छा, शिवप्पा, कैन यू टेल मी योर नेम एग्जैक्टली? आपका प्रॉपर नेम क्या है? ओके, इट इज मोहन. मोहन, ओके मोहन. तो मोहन, आपको इसमें क्या डाउट था एग्जैक्टली? क्या आप लिख सकते हो? मतलब आपको क्या पूरा लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन हम कैसे करते हैं वो पूरा का पूरा, मतलब एक्स और वाई की वैल्यू आपकी नहीं आई, एक्स और वाई की वैल्यू लाने में आपको डाउट था? मोहन, मैंने आपको अनम्यूट किया है, आप मुझे बताओ. ओके, नाउ सी एवरीवन, तो यहाँ का अभी लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन दिखाने के लिए मोहन मैं क्या करूंगा आफ्टर क्लास, क्योंकि लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑलरेडी पिछले क्लास में मैंने बहुत बार समझाया था, तो ये क्लास के बाद उसका अलग से मैं आपको एक सॉल्व करके फोटो निकाल के स्कैन करके भेजता हूँ। ओके, फिर हम देखते हैं ना। सो ये फाइनल सबका आंसर आ गया था। 6 इज इक्वल टू 468 इंटू -9 प्लस 222 इंटू 19। ओके, तो मोहन आपको इसमें डाउट भेजूंगा। ओके, जैसा मैंने आपको बोला। अब आपको ये बोला गया है क्वेश्चन में कि इसको और लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन के फॉर्म में लिखो, राइट। अब एक दूसरा लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन हम कैसे बना सकते हैं समझना, उसके लिए ये एक दूसरी मेथड है, तो ये भी आप आपकी फॉर्मूला बुक में इंक्लूड कर सकते हो। तो एक वे तो ऑलरेडी आपका हो गया है, अब दूसरा वे लाने के लिए आपको इसकी मदद लेनी पड़ेगी, राइट। मतलब फर्स्ट वे में आपका जो आंसर आया है उसकी मदद से ही आप दूसरा आंसर निकाल सकते हो। तो समझना, ये फर्स्ट लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन आपको कैसे निकालना है, तो मैंने आपको बोला था, अगेन मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ कि हम दो चीजों का यूज करेंगे। हर एक स्टेप से रिमाइंडर को टारगेट करेंगे, रिमाइंडर की वैल्यू अंदर हम रखते जाएंगे, रिमाइंडर की वैल्यू रखने के बाद हम सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे। ओके, फिर इसी प्रोसेस को हम रिपीट करते जाएंगे, दैट इज रिमाइंडर सिंप्लीफिकेशन, रिमाइंडर सिंप्लीफिकेशन, जब तक हमें लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन नहीं मिल जाता। ओके, अब जब हमें एक लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑलरेडी मिल गया, अब ये एक लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन की मदद से जब हमें दूसरा लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन निकालना होगा, व्हाट वी विल डू इज, जो हमें ऑलरेडी मिला है वो हम पहले एक बार लिख देंगे। ओके, तो हमें क्या मिला है, so my 6 is equal to 468 into -9 plus 222 into 19। ओके, ये मुझे ऑलरेडी मिला हुआ है ना। अब मैं क्या करूंगा, जिन दो नंबर का मैंने HCF निकाला था वो कौन कौन से नंबर थे, दोज वर 468 एंड 222। तो 468 एंड 222 को मैं मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा और वो मल्टीप्लीकेशन को मैं ऐड करूंगा और माइनस करूंगा। समझना, ये मेथड है, ये स्टेप आपको याद रखना है। तो मैं सबसे पहले 468 इंटू 222 उसको ऐड कर रहा हूं, फिर 468 इंटू 222 इसको माइनस कर रहा हूं। पता चला क्या मैं ऐसा कर सकता हूँ, एक सेम नंबर प्लस और माइनस कर सकता हूँ, राइट। तो ये आपकी दूसरी मेथड है। जैसे यहाँ पे मेथड क्या थी कि रिमाइंडर सिंप्लीफाई, रिमाइंडर सिंप्लीफाई, रिमाइंडर सिंप्लीफाई, वैसे यहाँ पे आपकी मेथड क्या है, जिन दो नंबर का आपने एचसीएफ निकाला उन दो नंबर का मल्टीप्लीकेशन, मतलब उन दो नंबर का प्रोडक्ट आपको ऐड करना है, सबट्रैक्ट करना है। वापस मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, जिन दो नंबर का आपने एचसीएफ निकाला उन दो नंबर का प्रोडक्ट आपको ऐड करना है और सबट्रैक्ट करना है, उन दो नंबर का प्रोडक्ट ऐड करना है, सबट्रैक्ट करना है। तो ये चीज ध्यान रखना। अब यहाँ से सिंप्लीफिकेशन करने के लिए जस्ट आप पैर बना लीजिए, राइट। चलो पहले दो का पैर बना दीजिए, तो उसमें से 468 कॉमन निकल जाएगा। अगर मैं 468 कॉमन ले रहा हूं तो यहाँ पे क्या बचेगा, -9 प्लस 222। ओके, चलो फिर नेक्स्ट, शेखर मैं आंसर दे रहा हूं, वेट। फिर इन दोनों में से हम 222 को कॉमन निकाल देंगे। 222 को कॉमन निकालने के बाद पहले ब्रैकेट में बचेगा 19, दूसरे ब्रैकेट में बचेगा -468। ओके, ये स्टेप में पता चला। ओके, वापस मैं एक बार रिपीट करूंगा, सिंप्लीफाई कर 8 इंटू, चलो 222 -9। ओके, so 12 - 9 will be 3, so this will become 213, 468 into 213 plus 222 into, now 8 minus 9, that is 18 minus 9, it will be 9, 5 minus 1 will be 4, so -449. So this is my another linear combination, 468 into 213 plus 222 into -419. Okay. Now, ये मेथड में सबको पता चला। मैं एक बार वापस मेथड रिपीट कर रहा हूं, फिर मैं आपको पूछूंगा किस किस को डाउट है। ओके, मैं वापस एक बार रिपीट करूंगा, पूरी मेथड समझो। ये ऑलरेडी हम लास्ट क्लास में बहुत बार कर चुके थे, राइट। लास्ट क्लास में हम बहुत बारी ऑलरेडी कर चुके थे। हमने क्या किया था, 6 is equal to 468 into -9 plus 222 into 19। ये HCF से हम लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन कैसे लाते थे, मैं वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूँ। रिमाइंडर, सिंप्लीफाई, रिमाइंडर, सिंप्लीफाई, रिमाइंडर, सिंप्लीफाई। हम रिमाइंडर की वैल्यू रखते थे, सिंप्लीफाई करते थे, फिर एक और रिमाइंडर रखते थे, सिंप्लीफाई करते थे, फिर एक और रिमाइंडर रखते थे, सिंप्लीफाई करते थे। अब यहाँ पे श्रीकर पूछ रहा था कि क्या सर हमें रिमाइंडर को मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा, तो आंसर है डिपेंड्स। अब आपका जो क्वेश्चन था, जो ऑलरेडी हमने लास्ट टाइम देखा था, उसमें अगर रिमाइंडर किसी चीज के साथ मल्टीप्लाई में है, यहाँ पे सिंप्लीफिकेशन में, तो मल्टीप्लाई करना है। मल्टीप्लाई करना है मतलब उसको जस्ट मल्टीप्लीकेशन के फॉर्म में रखना है। ओके, सिंप्लीफाई में हम क्या करते थे, हम सिर्फ कोएफिशिएंट्स के ऊपर सिंप्लीफिकेशन करते थे, राइट? आपको याद हो तो हम सारी चीजें बस कॉमन निकाल रहे थे। अब आपको क्वेश्चन में ये पूछा गया है कि एक कॉम्बिनेशन तो ऑलरेडी आपका आ गया, एक कॉम्बिनेशन तो आपका हो गया है, आपको दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन निकालना है। तो दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन निकालने के लिए मेथड क्या है, दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन निकालने के लिए ये मेथड है। दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन निकालने के लिए हमें जिन दो नंबर का हमने एचसीएफ लिया था उसका हम पहले प्रोडक्ट करेंगे। ओके, वो प्रोडक्ट क्या होगा यहाँ पे, 468 इंटू 222। फिर ये प्रोडक्ट को हम प्लस करेंगे और माइनस करेंगे। ओके, अब यहाँ से दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन कैसे निकलेगा, तो पहले दो की पेयर बना दो, वहां से 468 कॉमन, सो दिस विल बिकम योर 222 माइनस 9। फिर अगेन यहाँ से 222 कॉमन निकाल दो, तो ये आपका बन जाएगा 19 माइनस 468। तो यहाँ पे आपको दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन मिल जाएगा, that is 468 into 213 plus 222 into -149। अब ये दूसरे कॉम्बिनेशन में जिसको भी डाउट हो वो यस और नो लिख सकता है ग्रुप में, मतलब चैट में, y और n। ओके, इसमें जिसको भी डाउट हो जस्ट राइट y और n। अगर डाउट है तो यस सर ये डाउट है, डाउट नहीं है तो सर नो डाउट। ओके, वरुण को डाउट नहीं है, क्रिश, संदेश, ओके ओके ओके, नेक्स्ट, एनीवन, ओके 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 ओके, चलो, ग्रेट 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 ग्रेट, वेरी गुड स्टूडेंट्स, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड। अब एक और क्वेश्चन मैं आपको यहाँ से समझाना चाहूंगा, समझो। अब अगर मैं आपको यहाँ से ये पूछ रहा हूँ स्टूडेंट्स कि आपको दूसरा कॉम्बिनेशन आ गया, राइट? अब अगर मैं पूछूं इसको एक और तीसरा कॉम्बिनेशन भी लिखो, तो क्या तीसरा कॉम्बिनेशन लिख सकते हो? इसीलिए जब मैंने आपको क्वेश्चन होमवर्क में दिया था, मैंने बोला था ये क्वेश्चन आप लिखने के बाद एक पेज की जगह छोड़ देना, राइट? तो एक पेज की जगह छोड़ के ये हो जाएगा। अंकित ने मुझे रिप्लाई किया यस, मतलब अंकित को डाउट है। अंकित, यू आर हैविंग डाउट, कैन यू रिप्लाई अगेन? अंकित, यू आर हैविंग डाउट? ओके, यस, नाउ सी अंकित, तो हमने क्या किया है, दूसरा लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन निकालने के लिए जिन दो नंबर का हमने एचसीएफ निकाला था उन दो नंबर का प्रोडक्ट बस एक बार ऐड किया और एक बार माइनस किया, दैट्स इट। ये मेथड है, ये हमें याद रखना है। ओके, जैसे वहां पे हमारी मेथड थी रिमाइंडर और सिंप्लीफिकेशन। फिर हमने क्या किया, इन दोनों में से 468 को कॉमन निकाल दिया, तो यहाँ पे बचा -9 प्लस 222। इन अ सेम वे यहाँ से हमने 222 को कॉमन निकाल दिया, तो यहाँ पे बचा 19 माइनस 468। फिर अगेन सिंपल कोएफिशिएंट का प्लस माइनस, 222 माइनस 9 दैट इज 213 माइनस 468 प्लस 19 दैट इज -449। अब पता चला? ओके, अब अंकित को पता चल गया। नाउ सी, इन अ सेम वे अगर मुझे इसको एज अ तीसरा कोई थर्ड लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन बनाना हो तो मैं कैसे कर सकता हूँ? जैसे यहाँ पे मैंने इन दोनों की पैर ली थी स्टूडेंट्स, ओके, क्या इसी तरीके से मैं इसकी और इसकी पैर ले सकता हूँ? समझना, राइट? इसकी और इसकी पैर ले सकता हूँ, यस और नो? तो अगर मैं पेयर्स इंटरचेंज करूंगा तो मुझे एक तीसरी पेयर मिल जाएगी, समझना। सो माय 6 विल बिकम, अब इन दोनों में से मैं 468 कॉमन निकाल रहा हूँ, राइट? अगर इन दोनों में से मैं 468 कॉमन निकाल लूंगा तो यहाँ पे बचेगा -9। ओके, यहाँ पे बचा -9। उसके बाद यहाँ से 468 कॉमन निकल गया तो यहाँ पे बचेगा -222 -222। एवरीबॉडी क्लियर विद दिस? इन अ सेम वे इन दोनों में से 222 कॉमन निकल जाएगा। सो जब मैं 222 कॉमन निकाल दूंगा यहाँ पे बचेगा 19, यहाँ पे क्या बचा 19, और यहाँ पे बचेगा 468, राइट? यहाँ पे बचा मेरा 468। अब अगर मैं सिंप्लीफाई करूंगा तो ये टर्म मेरी हो जाएगी 468 into 222 and 8 will be 230, right? And since it is 9 then it will be 231 plus 222 into 468 plus 19, So 8 plus 9 is 17. 1, 6 plus 1, 7 plus 1, 8. So it is 487. So this is my third linear combination. एक linear combination already मुझे पहले मिला था, ये दूसरा linear combination, ये तीसरा linear combination. All are right, right? अब सबको पता चल गया। सी क्वेश्चन में आपको सिर्फ दो कॉम्बिनेशन पूछे अलग अलग, तो उसमें हम ये फर्स्ट और सेकंड बस यहीं तक हमें खत्म कर देना है, राइट? बट इन एग्जाम यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट कि आपको तीन भी पूछे जाएं। ओके, तो इस तरीके से आप कर सकते हो। पता चला? और बुक में आपको ये तीनों लिखने हैं। ओके, इसमें किसी को डाउट है? जस्ट टाइप वाई और एन इन चैट बॉक्स। इसमें किसी को डाउट है? लास्ट स्टेप समझ नहीं आया सर श्रेया को? ओके ओके, मैं लास्ट स्टेप रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, लास्ट स्टेप वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूँ। वेट 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 वेट, अभी कोई आंसर नहीं देगा, मैं लास्ट स्टेप रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, समझो। लास्ट स्टेप में मैंने क्या किया स्टूडेंट, ये जो लास्ट स्टेप है, सी जब मैंने ये लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन लिखा था, तो ये लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन मैंने कैसे लिखा था? इन दोनों में से मैंने 468 को कॉमन निकाल दिया था। यस और नो? अब कोई स्टूडेंट मुझे ऐसा पूछेगा, सर इन दोनों में से 468 को क्यों कॉमन निकाला? मैं यहाँ से और यहाँ से भी तो कॉमन निकाल सकता हूँ, राइट? मैं यहाँ से और यहाँ से भी 468 कॉमन निकाल सकता हूँ। व्हाई नॉट? यस यू कैन। आप यहाँ से और यहाँ से भी 468 को कॉमन निकाल सकते हो, राइट? तो लास्ट स्टेप में मैंने क्या किया? लास्ट स्टेप में बस मैंने वही देखा कि अगर मैं इन दोनों में से 468 को कॉमन निकाल रहा हूं तो क्या होगा। ओके, तो मैंने क्या किया? मैंने इन दोनों में से 468 को कॉमन निकाला। अब जब मैं इन दोनों में से 468 को कॉमन निकाल रहा हूं, तो यहाँ पे क्या बच रहा है स्टूडेंट्स? यहाँ पे -9 बच रहा है। वो -9 मैंने इधर रखा। फिर यहाँ पे क्या बच रहा है? 222 और आगे है माइनस, दैट इज -222 बच रहा है। तो -222 मैंने इधर रखा। ये पता चला? नाउ नेक्स्ट, फिर इन दोनों टर्म्स में से, अब इन दोनों में से तो कॉमन निकाल दिया, अब कौन से बचे? ये दोनों बचे। तो इन दोनों में से मैंने 222 कॉमन निकाल दिया, राइट? अब 222 कॉमन निकालने के बाद इधर क्या बचा? 19, और इधर क्या बचा? 468। तो 19 मैंने इधर रखा और 468 इधर रखा। फिर लास्ट स्टेप में जस्ट क्या किया है? उनका सिंप्लीफिकेशन। -222 -9, तो वो -231 हो जाएगा, और 19 + 468 487 हो जाएगा। पता चला श्रेया? वरुण पूछ रहे हैं क्या हम फोर्थ कॉम्बिनेशन फाइंड कर सकते हैं? नहीं वरुण, हमें इतना ही मिलेगा, सेकंड एंड थर्ड। ओके, श्रेया को पता चल गया, वरुण को पता चल गया। अब किसी को डाउट है? नाउ टाइप यस और नो। ओके, नाउ टाइप यस और नो स्टूडेंट्स। किसी को डाउट है? ओके, ज्वेल को डाउट नहीं है। नेक्स्ट, एनीवन? किसी को भी डाउट होगा तो कराऊंगा। ओके 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 ओके, चलो ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रेट। तो इसको हम खत्म कर रहे हैं अभी। ओके, सो लेट अस स्टार्ट न्यू क्वेश्चन। उसके बाद जो मैंने होमवर्क दिया था वो, तो यहाँ पे हम इतना खत्म कर रहे हैं ना। चलो, इन क्लास एक्सरसाइज का उसके बाद का मैंने क्वेश्चन कोई नहीं दिया था, राइट? क्वेश्चन फिफ्थ वाज लास्ट। फिर होमवर्क का मैंने दिया था क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, यूज यूक्लिड्स डिवीजन एल्गोरिथम टू फाइंड एचसीएफ ऑफ 10222 एंड 9648। आई होप उसमें किसी को डाउट नहीं है, राइट? तो वो 10222 एंड 9648, राइट? मैं लिख रहा हूं यहाँ पे पहले क्वेश्चन, राइट? आवर क्वेश्चन वाज, गिव मी 1 मिनट, राइट? So our question was homework exercise. HW is nothing but the homework exercise. In homework exercise, question 2, right? Level 1, question 2. आपको HCF निकालना था 10224 and 9648. सबका आ गया था? Okay. सबने लिखा है चैट बॉक्स पे 144. 144 is right answer. Okay. So I hope HCF 144 सबका आ गया था। उसके बाद मैंने लेवल 2 का एक अच्छा वाला क्वेश्चन दिया था, राइट? क्वेश्चन नंबर 3। क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में किस किस को डाउट है? लेवल 2 क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन समझना ही पहले बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। लेवल 2 क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 में जिसको भी डाउट है, जस्ट राइट यस इन चैट बॉक्स, राइट? दैट वी आर हैविंग डाउट। व्हाई? जिसको डाउट नहीं है वो नो, जिसको डाउट है वो यस। ओके, अभिराम। ओके, नेक्स्ट, और किस किस को डाउट है? ज्यादा डाउट होने चाहिए ये क्वेश्चन में। ये क्वेश्चन मैंने इसीलिए दिया था ट्रायल के लिए, इसमें डाउट होने चाहिए। ये अगर आप सब नो लिख रहे हो तो आई गारंटी मेजोरिटी ने कॉपी किया है, क्योंकि इसमें डाउट होना चाहिए। तो यस, ऋतुजा को डाउट है, वेरी गुड। तो सिर्फ दो लोगों को डाउट है, ऋतुजा एंड अभिराम, हो ही नहीं सकता। यस सुजन, वेरी गुड। जिसको भी डाउट है पूछो, डाउट पूछने में कभी शर्माओ मत। वेरी गुड वेरी गुड, अब सब पूछ रहे हैं। प्रज्वल, दीपांशु, बस एक इनिशिएटर आपको चाहिए। चलो ग्रेट। चलो, तो अब ये मैं डाउट आपको करा रहा हूँ, राइट? समझो ये क्वेश्चन क्या है। A book seller has 28 Kannada and 72 English books. Now, एक बुक सेलर है, तो बुक सेलर के पास टोटल 28 कन्नड़ा लैंग्वेज की बुक्स हैं, राइट, 28 कन्नड़ा लैंग्वेज की बुक्स हैं एंड 72 इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज की बुक्स हैं। ओके, तो टोटल इतनी बुक्स हैं बुक सेलर के पास। नाउ अब उसे करना क्या है, व्हाट इज हिज टारगेट? द बुक्स आर ऑफ द सेम साइज, ओके, दोनों बुक की साइज सेम है, मतलब दोनों की थिकनेस सेम है, लेंथ विथ थिकनेस ऑल, जो हम लास्ट टाइम देख चुके थे। दिस बुक्स आर टू बी पैक्ड in bundles and each bundle must contain the same number of books। अब समझना, इन सारी बुक्स का मुझे बंडल बनाना है और सारे बंडल में सेम नंबर ऑफ बुक्स होने चाहिए। ओके, बंडल मतलब अब मैं बुक का अगर सी समझो ये बुक है, राइट, ये एक बुक है, मैं यहाँ पे बुक का बंडल बना रहा हूँ, तो ये 3 बुक का एक बंडल हो गया। आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट, राइट? या सपोज अभी सिंप्लीफिकेशन के लिए मान लो मैं 4 बुक ले रहा हूँ। ओके, तो अगर कन्नड़ा की मेरे पास 28 बुक्स हैं, मैं 4 बुक्स का बंडल बना रहा हूँ, तो टोटल मुझे कितने बंडल बनाने पड़ेंगे? एक बंडल में 4 बुक्स हैं, राइट, मुझे टोटल कितने बंडल्स बनाने पड़ेंगे ताकि वो सारी 28 बुक्स कवर हो जाए? कैन एनीवन राइट इन चैट बॉक्स? 7, सबने लिखा 7, राइट, इट इज एज इजी एज दैट। ओके, क्योंकि मैं अगर 7 बंडल्स बनाऊंगा, हर एक बंडल में 4 बुक्स हैं, सो इट विल बी 4 into 7 is equal to 28, राइट? यही कुछ चीज हमारे बुक सेलर को करनी है। उसे क्या करना है कि बंडल बनाने, सबके बंडल अलग बनाने हैं। पढ़ो क्वेश्चन अच्छे से। ईच बंडल मस्ट कंटेन ओनली वन टाइप ऑफ बुक्स, मतलब अगर मैं बंडल बना रहा हूँ कन्नड़ा बुक्स का तो उसमें सिर्फ कन्नड़ा बुक्स ही रहेंगी, ऐसे ही इंग्लिश बुक्स का बंडल बना रहा हूँ तो उसमें सिर्फ इंग्लिश बुक्स ही रहेंगी, राइट? नाउ अब इन दोनों को कंबाइन कैसे करना है? तो कॉमन क्या है, कन्नड़ा और इंग्लिश बुक्स दोनों में कॉमन क्या है? दोनों में कॉमन यही है स्टूडेंट्स कि जितने बुक्स एक बंडल में रहेंगे, राइट, मतलब अगर कन्नड़ा के मैं 4 बुक्स के बंडल बना रहा हूं तो इंग्लिश के भी मुझे 4 बुक्स के ही बंडल बनाने हैं। ओके, अगेन मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ। ओके, अगेन मैं रिपीट कर रहा हूँ। अगर कन्नड़ा के मैं 6 बुक्स के बंडल बना रहा हूँ तो इंग्लिश के भी मुझे 6 बुक्स के बंडल बनाने हैं। कन्नड़ा के मैं अगर 10 बुक्स के बंडल बना रहा हूँ तो इंग्लिश के भी मुझे 10 बुक्स के बंडल बनाने हैं। मतलब दोनों के, okay, means the bundle size of all these books, means all these both languages Kannada and English should be same। Now again मैं question repeat कर रहा हूँ, I am repeating the question again। A book seller has 28 Kannada and 72 English books। The books are of the same size। These books are to be packed in bundles and each bundle must contain the same number of books। Again I am repeating, each bundle must contain same number of books। Now each bundle must contain only one type of books। Find the least number of bundles which can be made and also number of books in each bundle। See, what I have to find out is least number of bundles, least number of bundles that can be made। मुझे least number of bundles find करने हैं। What I have to find out? I have to find out least number of bundles। I have to find out least number of bundles as well as number of books in each bundle। अब number of books in each bundle वो दूसरा केस है, पहले मुझे फाइंड करना है least number of bundles। okay, how will I find least number of bundles? What is the relation between them? Now understand this, to understand this relation I am taking only first example। Suppose Kannada books are total 28। if I am taking number of books as 4 in each bundle, right, then my number of bundles will be 7। Yes or no? If I am taking number of books as 2 in each bundle, then my number of bundles will be 14। If I am taking number of books in each bundle as 7, then my number of bundles will be 4। So what I want to say is, if I am increasing my number of books, see here, if I am increasing my number of books, that is from 2 to 4 to 7, if I am increasing my number of books from 2 to 4 and then 4 to 7, then my number of bundles are getting decreased। Initially my number of bundles were 14, now my number of bundles are 4। So if I am increasing my number of books, my number of bundles are getting decreased। And what I have to find out is what is the least number of bundles. Least means minimum count. That means I have to decrease this quantity. And if I have to decrease this quantity, that means obviously I have to increase this quantity. I have to increase this quantity means number of books in each bundle. What should be the maximum number of books in each bundle? That I have to find out. Now, this maximum number is factor of Kannada books as well, factor of English book as well. So this number of book is factor of both Kannada as well as English. And since it is the maximum, since we have to find it is the highest, so it is the highest number as well as it is factor of both. So I can say it is highest common factor of Kannada and English books. So number of books should be equal to HCF of Kannada and English books. Everybody got this till here? If you are having any doubt, then type Y or N in chat box so I can understand. Shekhar is asking that will we get recording? Yes, you will get recording after every class. So don't worry about that. Okay, so no one is having doubt. Okay, so just you understood that we have to find here highest common factor. Okay, now how we will find this highest common factor? Obviously you are in class 10th. Now we have to use Euclid's division algorithm. So we have to find HCF of 72 and 28. So since here 72 is greater than 28, how I will find this HCF is 72 by 28. In rough, I will divide 72 by 28. We know that 24 3s is 72, right? So obviously it will be, I have to take 28 into 2, because if I'll take 28 into 3, it will be greater than 72. So 28 into 2 is 28 into 2 is 56, right? 8 to the 6 and 2 to the 4 plus 1, 5. So 12 minus 6 is 6 and 6 minus 5 is 1. It is 16. So I can write it as 72 is equal to 28 into 2 plus 16, or 2 into 28 plus 16. Whatever you feel comfortable, right? A is equal to BQ plus R or QB plus R. Then if remainder is not 0, what we were doing? We are just shifting 28 here and 16 here. This is just revision of previous class. So 28 is equal to 16 into something plus something. So let us divide in rough 28 by 16. Again, we know that 16 to the 32, it will be greater than 28. So 16 ones are 16. And our HCF, oh sorry, here our remainder will be 8 plus 4, that is 12. Okay. Everybody clear with this? यहाँ तक सबको पता चला? Again मैं वापस वैल्यू रख रहा हूँ. So 28 is equal to 16 into 1 plus 12. Again my remainder is not equal to 0. So my 16 will be here. My 12 will be here. Okay. So 16 is equal to 12 ones are 12 plus 4. This is common sense. Okay. Again, remainder is not 0. 12 will be here. 4 will be here. So 12 is equal to 4 into 3 plus 0. Now it is 0 remainder. So what will be my HCF? My HCF will be 12, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Very good. No, Devanand bola yes, wrong. कल समझा के थक गया था last class में, right? Last class I've told you so many times that be careful. Your HCF is not 12. This is not your answer. Mind well. Your answer is 4. So our HCF is 4. Mind well, students. Everybody clear with this? Ankit was asking, sir, what if 0 never comes? 0 never comes. That means they both number are not having any highest common factor, right? If 0 doesn't come, provided that you are not having any mistake in your calculation, then both the numbers are having no HCF at all. So here our HCF is 4. HCF is 4. What was HCF? Number of books. So number of books in each bundle is 4. So number of books in each bundle is 4. Now what we have to find out? Least number of bundles. Okay. So how many bundles will be of Kannada books and how many bundles will be of English books? How we will find out that? It is as easy as that. In Kannada, we are having 28 books at all. In each bundle, we are placing 4 books. So suppose X is the number of bundles. So my X will become here 28 by 4. So it is 7. So in Kannada books, I will be making 4 books in each bundle, and there will be total 7 bundles of Kannada books. In the same way for English, 72 will be equal to 4 into, let us take it as Y. So Y will be 72 divided by 4, and obviously it will be 18. So I'll be having 18 bundles of English books. I'll be having 7 bundles of Kannada book, 18 bundles of English book, and 7 bundles of Kannada book. And in each bundle, I'll be having 4 number of books. So everybody clear with this question? ये क्वेश्चन में सबको पता चला? इसमें अब किसी को डाउट है? अभिराम, right? Yes or no? Just type Y or N. Y, that means you are having doubt. If you are having not doubt, then type N. Okay. If you are having doubt, type Y. If you are having not doubt, type N. Okay. Okay, great, great, great. Okay, great everyone. So now we'll be moving to our next question. In next homework, I have given question number 4 and question number 5, in which just you have to find HCF of those numbers, and you have to express those as linear combination of those numbers. Okay, those were the last questions of homework, and I hope no one will be having doubt in those questions, question 4 and question 5. Anybody is having doubt in question 4 and question 5? I don't want answer of those questions, please. I just want, do anyone have doubt in question number 4 or 5? If anyone is having doubt in question 4 or 5, just type yes in chat box or Y in chat box. Okay, great, 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 great. So no one is having doubt, right? So this was all about till yesterday, means previous class, our Monday's class. So let us solve today all examples of this in-class exercise and homework, all remaining example. I will be taking, okay, here, 5th question. One student is having doubt in 5th question. Right, can you tell me your name, please? What is your name? You are signing as Vivo1606. Right, can you tell me your name, please? Abhishek, okay. So except Abhishek, anybody is having doubt in question 5? No. Okay, okay. Don't type no again. Don't type no again. If anyone is having doubt, just whoever person is having doubt, type yes. Okay. Okay. So great, great, great. Now see, Abhishek, these are the a simple question as we have done earlier, that we have to find HCF of these questions, HCF of these numbers 506 and 1155, and HCF of 1288 and 575. So do one thing, Abhishek and Mohan, whatever doubt you are having, just send me its pick, right? I want to see till which step you are able to do that question. Okay, so after this class, after we will finish this class about 6:30, just send your solution. I want to see till which end, till which point you have done that solution. After that, I will explain you, right, on phone or whatever we can take easily. Okay, now answer I will post in group, Ankit. Now, so let us move to next questions. Now, those questions I'll be taking step by step, right? I have decided one sequence for you. So on that sequence, I am going. Now see, so first let us take homework level 1, question 1. Why I am taking this as first, you will understand gradually, right? Step by step we'll solve all the questions. So first this question, because this question is based off all the other questions. See, all the students please read this question carefully. Show that every even positive integer is of the form 2q. Every even positive integer is of the form 2q. This we have to show, as well as every odd positive integer is of the form 2q plus 1. Every odd positive integer is of the form 2q plus 1. This we have to prove, students, where q is your whole number. Q belongs to whole number, where q is your whole number, right? This is the question. This is our question, that we have to prove that every even positive integer is of the form 2q and every odd positive integer is of the form 2q plus 1. Now, let us analyze this situation. So if you see this carefully, this is 2q, this is 2q plus 1. Have you come across this type of format earlier? In last class, we have seen some format. There's something into q plus something. Something is equal to something into q plus something. Can anyone tell me or type me in the chat box? Something is equal to something into q plus r. Yes, A is equal to BQ plus R, right? A is equal to BQ plus R, right? Pradnya, Shrikar, Krish, very good. A is equal to BQ plus R. Where what was the condition of R? That R will be from 0 to B, where R can be 0, but R cannot be B. 0 was included there and B was not included there. A is equal to BQ plus R. And what is this statement is called? This statement is called Euclid's division lemma. Okay, so this is Euclid's division lemma, students. Euclid has given this statement, Euclid division lemma, A is equal to BQ plus R, where 0 is less than or equal to R less than B. Now, if you compare this with the question given, you will find that here in question, both the places 2Q is given. Okay, in question, 2Q is given in both the places. And here we are having A is equal to BQ plus R, right? So obviously B will be what? 2. Okay. So let us take B is equal to 2. Okay. So if I am taking B is equal to 2, my equation will become A is equal to 2Q plus R, where my R's limit will be from 0 to B. 0 to B means 0 to 2. Okay, R will be from 0 to 2. Everybody clear with this? Right, Shaker, there is mistake. It is not 4Q. We have to take 2Q. Okay. Now, so 0 less than or equal to R less than 2. Now, see your students carefully. So that means R can take value from 0 to 2, where 0 is included and 2 is not included. That means what will be R? Your R can be 0. After that, your R can be 1. But do your R can be 2? No. Okay. So R can be 0 or 1 only. So here we will be having two cases, R is equal to 0 or R is equal to 1. So let us take first case, your case number 1. Case number 1 is R is equal to 0. So in this case, if I'll put R is equal to 0 here, my A will become 2Q plus 0 implies my A will become 2Q. Okay. So my A is equal to 2Q. My case 2, what will be my case number 2, students? My R is equal to 1, because only here two cases are possible, because I am having either R is equal to 0 or R is equal to 1. So my A will become 2Q plus 1. This is my final answer. My A is equal to 2Q plus 1. So what I can understood from this and every number, right? Here A is all the numbers, Q is any whole number. So I can write each and every number as the form 2Q or 2Q plus 1. Again, as the form 2Q or 2Q plus 1. Everybody clear with this? Right? That we will see now. Abhishek, we will see which is odd, which is even, that we will see. Right? So now in question they have asked us that we have to prove that every even positive integer can be written as 2Q and every odd positive integer can be written as 2Q plus 1. This is the thing that they are asking in question. Now, what we have proved till now is we can write any integer. We can write any integer as the form either 2Q or 2Q plus 1. This is the first statement, student. You have to remember as well. ये आपको पता भी चलना चाहिए, ये आपको याद भी रखना है, right? You should understand this as well as you have to remember this for all such next questions. So here I can write all integers, all positive integers as 2Q or 2Q plus 1. Only two possibilities are there, not There will be no any third case, 2q or 2q plus 1. So everybody clear with this till here? Till this step, anybody is having doubt? Just type y or n, right? Y means you are having doubt, n means you are having no doubt, right? Just type y or n in chat box. Okay, okay, okay. Great, 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 great. Okay, good, good, good. Now see, now just we have to prove that which is even and which is odd. Please repeat it. Okay, okay, Chinmay, I am repeating it. Okay, okay, sir. In LMS, same type of question was given. Okay, okay. So I'm repeating this once again. Okay. Now, see students. So A is equal to BQ plus R. This already we have learned earlier. It is from Euclid's division lemma. Now I am putting B is equal to 2 because in question 2Q and 2Q plus 1 is given. So if I'll try type, if I'll take B is equal to 2, then my R will be from 0 to 2. Okay, so I can take R is equal to 0 and R is equal to 1. So my first case will be R equal to 0, another case will be R is equal to 1. So when I will take R is equal to 0, my equation will become A is equal to 2Q. A is equal to 2Q plus R will be 0. So A is equal to 2Q plus 0. In the same way, if I'll take R is equal to 1, my equation will become A is equal to 2Q plus 1. Okay. Now, Shrikar, how you can write BQ as 4Q, man? How B is 4? How B is equal to 4? B is equal to 2 here, na? Right? B is not 4 here, Shrikar. Now, okay. So now is it clear? Okay, in LMS it was a different question. We'll see that question. Okay. So Chinmay, is it clear now? Chinmay, you told me to repeat it. I have repeated it. So Chinmay, is it clear? Okay. Now see here. Now we have to prove which number is even and which number is odd. So see students carefully. So A is equal to 2Q plus 0. What is its meaning? Right. Its meaning is if we are dividing A by 2, if we are dividing A by 2, right? If we are dividing A by 2 or A with respect to 2, then it is leaving remainder as 0. If we are dividing A by 2, then our remainder is 0. It gives remainder 0. If it is giving remainder 0, then it is completely divisible by 2. And if it is completely divisible by 2, that means it is even number. Everybody clear with this? Now, in the same way, A is equal to 2Q plus 1. So what is its meaning? If we are dividing A by 2, if we are dividing A by 2, then our remainder is 1. If I am dividing A by 2, then my remainder is 1. So if it is giving remainder is 1, that means obviously it is not even number. It will be odd number. Okay. So again, I am repeating here. Okay. So if wait 1 minute. Okay. So if I am dividing A by 2, right, it is leaving 1 as remainder. So obviously it will be odd number. Okay. Now, screen is stuck, I guess. Wait for 2 minutes, students. Wait for 2 minutes. Till then, just hear my voice. What I'm trying will be my even number, and 2Q plus 2 is my even number, and 2Q plus 1 my odd number, right? So from here, I can clearly say that every even number can be written in the form of 2Q, and every odd number can be written in the form of 2Q plus 1. Ah, yes, I know. Wait. Dipanshu, what are you typing? Dipanshu, whatever you are typing, it is not readable. Okay. Ah, yes, I know it is. It was lagging. It was net error. Right. Now it will be fine. Okay. Uh, whoever student is logging with VD Savarkar, may I know your name, please? What is your name? Right. Okay. Now I hope now it is not lagging. Now. Now, is screen visible to you, everyone? Am I audible to you, everyone? Right. Now, so what we concluded till here was 2q is every even number and 2q plus 1 is odd number. And I can write down every integer as 2q and 2q plus 1. Okay. Now, see here carefully. Now, what I want to explain you from this example is this example is over here, right? But from this example, we have to remember so many things. Okay. Now, how we will remember this so many things, and what are those things that we have to remember that I am telling you now. Now, see here. First thing you have to remember is in formula book that every integer can be written as 2q comma 2q plus 1, right? Where 2q is even number and 2q plus 1 is odd number, right? This you have to remember. Again, your in every integer can be written as 2q and 2q plus 1, where 2q is your even number and 2q plus 1 is your odd number. Now you can put every whole number here. If I am putting q equal to 0, it will become 1. Q is equal to 1, it will become 3. Q is equal to 2, it will become 5. So this will give all odd numbers and another one will give all even numbers. Okay. Abhiram, screen is visible now. Abhiram was telling that screen is not visible. Screen is visible now, everyone. Okay. So screen is visible. Thank you. Just Abhiram, you answer me. Now is it visible to you now? Okay. Now see, from here, I can take another conclusion. So this you have to write in formula book 5 times. Now see, what will be my another conclusion? If I have taken here 2, right? Here I have taken 2. So what I got r from 0 to 1, right? That is less than 1 value from 2. Okay. If I'll take 3 here, listen carefully. If I'll take 3 here, what will be getting I am value of r? Those will be 0, 1 and 2. Okay. If I'll get 3 here, that means my r's value will be 0, 1 and 2. So here I am coming to conclusion that every integer can be written as 2q and 2q plus 1 that we have seen earlier. In the same way, every integer can be written as 3q, comma 3q plus 1, comma 3q plus 2. This understood everybody? Right? For 2q, we were having two cases, that is r equal to 0 and r equal to 1. For 3q, we will be having three cases, r equal to 0, r equal to 1, r equal to 2. So every integer can be written as 3q or 3q plus 1 or 3q plus 2. Everybody clear with this? Right? In the same way, if I am taking here 4, then every integer can be written as 4q, comma 4q plus 1, comma 4q plus 2, comma 4q plus 3. Like that, I can write this series as long as I can. Everybody clear with this? Anybody is having doubt? Just type yes or no in chat box. If you are having doubt in this, right? Yes or no in chat box. Okay, no doubt. Anyone? Okay, great. Students, you are doing great. Because this concept will be useful in many of the examples, right? So this you have to write in formula book as well. I'll be sharing you recording of this class. So from recording, you have to write all the questions. Varunji is there. Is Varunji there? Varunji, can you hear my audio? Only Varunji will answer. Okay. Abhishek has written why, means Abhishek is having doubt. Abhishek, can you type what is the doubt you are having? Okay, Varunji can hear. Great. Okay. 3q plus 2 will be even or Rutuja. In case of 3q, there will be no case of even or odd, right? That I will explain you in other question. Even and odd will be case of only 2q and 2q plus 1. Okay, Rutuja, clear with this? Right. Now, Abhishek, in which part you are having doubt? Abhishek, can you type? From first. Abhishek, just do one thing. Call me after this class. Okay. After this class, just call me. We will discuss. Okay. Where we first example of homework. Now using this example, we are going to do so many questions now. So in class level 1, level 1 question 1 2 is done. Now level 2 question number 3. Now I'm going to pick in class exercise level 2 question number 3. In this question, prove that if x, y are all positive integers, we have to prove that if condition is given as x and y both are odd positive integers. Okay, can you hear me now, everyone? Am I audible now? Students, yes. Okay. Just don't panic, right? Right. This all are internet issues. We all are facing this. So don't worry. Don't worry. Whenever this happens, don't worry. Okay? Be relaxed. So where was I? And what I was trying to tell is our question. This is our level 2 question number 3 of our in-class exercise. In this question, they have given that prove that if x and y both are odd positive integers, again, if x and y both are odd positive integers, then we have to prove that x square plus y square is even number. And still, if x square plus y square is even number, it is not divisible by 4. These both things we have to prove. Now see how we are going to prove this. So if x and y both are odd positive numbers, okay. Now abhi humne padha, recently we studied that if any odd number can be written as x is equal to 2q plus 1, this is odd positive number. Yes or no? Yes or no? In the same way, y is also a odd positive number. So I can also write y as 2q plus 1, right? But if I am taking both the places q, right, then x and y will be same. Okay. But if here x and y are both not here, x and y are both not same here, both are different here. So for to take x and y different, we have to take here q as a different parameter. So if in one case I am taking as q, in another case I have to take something different. So suppose in one case I am taking p or r or s or anything, else. Okay, so suppose let us take in pair. Here I am taking m and here I am taking n. So x is equal to 2m plus 1 and y is equal to 2n plus 1. Everybody clear with this? I'm repeating this once again, right? In last question, we understood that any integer can be written as 2q and 2q plus 1, where 2q plus 1 is odd positive integer if I am taking q as whole numbers. So here in question, they have given that x and y both are odd numbers. Okay, so I'm taking both x and y as different odd numbers. So I'm taking 2 instead of q. First time I'm taking parameter as m, and instead of q another time I'm taking parameter as n, right? Don't go by q, m and n. Just understand with its expression. This type of expression means it is odd positive number. If anybody is having doubt till here, he or she can ask in chat box. If anybody is having doubt, don't type yes or no. Just if you are having doubt, ask. Okay. Okay, great. No doubts. No doubts. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Now, so let us proceed in this question. We have to prove x square plus y square is even. So let us check value of x square plus y square. How we are going to find? Our x is 2m plus 1 whole square plus y is 2n plus 1 whole square. Now, so this will become 2m plus 1 whole square plus 2n plus 1 whole square. So what is the formula of a plus b whole square? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone reply me privately? A plus b whole square? Or if I ask Abhishek, Abhishek, can you tell me formula of a plus b whole square? Okay. Abhishek, I am unmuting you. Tell me formula of a plus b whole square. Abhishek, can you hear me? Hello, Abhishek.
Yes, sir, I can hear, sir.
Okay. Tell me, Abhishek, formula of a plus b whole square.
Sir, a square plus b square is equal to plus 2ab, sir.
Okay, a square plus b square plus 2ab. Very good, very good. Thank you, Abhishek. So here my a is 2m and b is 1, right? So easily I can write it will be 2m square plus 2 times 2m into 1 plus 1 square. Okay, so this will be whole simplification of 2m plus 1 whole square. In the same way, I can expand 2n plus 1 as well. So that will become 2n whole square plus 2 times 2n into 1 plus 1 whole square. Okay, so this is the expansion of 2n plus 1 whole square. Okay, now if I simplify and combine them, my first expansion, it will become, or it will be 4m square plus 2 2s are 4m plus 1 square is 1 plus 4n square plus 2 2s are 4n plus 1 square is 1, right? So let us write each pair. So 4m square plus 4n square plus 4m plus 4n plus 1, 2. Now, can you see here, students? From here, can I take 4 as common? So this will be 4 into m square plus n square plus m plus n plus 2. And this is my LHS, x square plus y square. So my x square plus y square is equal to 4m plus 2. Now, what they have asked in question is prove that x square plus y square is even number and not divisible by 4. So how I can prove that x square plus y square is even number? Now see here, students, here x square plus y square is having two parts. It is first part and it is second part. Now see, the first part is multiple of 4. If it is multiple of 4, obviously it will be always even. Yes or no? If the first part is multiple of 4, obviously it will be always even. And 2 is always even. We all know that, right? The first even number after 0. And even plus even. If I add any two even numbers, if I add 2 in any even number, 10 plus 2, 12. 14 plus 2, 16. If I add 2 in any even number, that number will be even only. So here my first statement is proved number. Okay, wait for 2 minutes. So again I am repeating, my x square plus y square is even number. So anybody is having doubt till even number? Anybody is having doubt till even number that x square plus y square is even number? If anybody is having doubt, just type yes. Okay. Okay. So this is okay. Okay. So no one is having doubt. Great, great, great. Okay, great students, great, very good. You are doing very great. Now, what I have to prove is it is not divisible by 4. So how I will prove this as it is already being proved, it is already in front of us, but we are not understanding it. How we will understand it? Let us see here. X square plus y square is equal to 4q plus 2, right? What is q over here, right? Compare, analyze, what is q over here? So here my q is m square plus n square plus m plus n. This whole expression I am taking this as q. So here my x square plus y square is 4q plus 2. Now, if it is 4q plus 2, what is the meaning of 4q plus 2? If I am dividing x square plus y square by 4, it leaves remainder 2. If I am dividing x square plus y square, if I am dividing x square plus y square by 4, it leaves remainder as 2. My remainder will be 2. If I'll divide x square plus y square by 4, it's my remainder will be 2. Okay. So if its remainder is 2 while I'll dividing it by 4, is it divisible by 4? No, it is not divisible by 4. Everybody clear with this? Yes or no? I am repeating this again. Okay, see, I am repeating this again. Okay, here x square plus y square was 4 into m square plus n square plus m plus n plus 2. So what I have taken is I have taken m square plus n square plus m plus n as q. So what is its meaning? If I am dividing x square plus y square by 4, it is leaving 2 as remainder. Okay, so if it is leaving 2 as remainder, that means it is not divisible by 4. Okay, it is not divisible by 4. Okay, so Abhiram got understood. Okay, okay, everybody got understood this question. Should I repeat this question again? Anybody want to repeat this question again? In this question, right? They have asked that prove that x square plus y square is even. So in first part we have proved that it is even, and then they are asked to prove that it is when we are dividing it with 4, it is not divisible by 4. Okay, so let us conclude this question and let us move to another question. Okay, so question number 6, question number 7. Let us moving for that. Now students, question number 6. The length, breadth and height of the, in the question it is given that the length, breadth and height of the room are 8 meter 25 centimeter, 6 meter 75 centimeter, and finally 4 meter 50 centimeter. Okay. Determine the longest scale, determine the longest rod which can measure the 3 dimension of the room exactly. What we have to find is we have to find longest rod, right? We have to find longest rod which can measure all these 3 dimensions correctly, which can measure all these 3 dimensions correctly. Again, I am repeating this question. we have been given length, breadth, and height of the room in terms of meter and centimeter. We have to find dimensions of 3 dimensions of this room correctly. Okay. Now, what is its meaning? What this question want to say us, or what we have to find? Let us take this example. Okay. Suppose this is our board. Okay. I have to measure width of this board. This is width. Everybody able to see this width? This is width of the board. Okay, I have to measure width of this board. And this is suppose one rod. With this rod, I have to measure its width. Okay, so how I'm going to measure this width with respect to this rod is, see, first I'll put my rod here. Okay, then what I'm going to do is, I will just rotate my rod from here to here. Okay, and again I am going to rotate this rod from here to here. Everybody clear with this? Right. So I can say that its breadth is 3 times length of rod. Okay. Suppose my rod is having 10 centimeter length. So its breadth will be 10 plus 10, 20 plus 10, 30. Everybody clear with this? What I want to convey you is, okay. So now I am going to its length. So this rod should measure its length as well. Okay. So the rod should measure its breadth as well as rod should measure its length. Now, how is it going to possible? Right. When a rod can measure its breadth or length, obviously your rod should be factor of this, right? Your rod should be factor of the length as well as rod should be factor of breadth as well as rod should be factor of height. So your rod should be factor of all these 3. Then and then only you can measure this correctly, right? So your first thing is your rod should be factor, right? It should be factor. Then and then only you can measure. Second thing, it is longest. So obviously it will be highest factor, okay? And it should be factor of all these 3. So it will be factor of common, right? It will be common factor of all these 3. So it will be highest common factor. So longest rod, that means length of rod will be HCF of L, B, and H. This we have to find out. So everybody got the question? We have to find HCF. Now, how we are going to find this HCF? Here we are having length, breadth, and height in form of meter and centimeter. We have to convert it only in 1 unit. So 8 meter, 25 centimeter. 8 meter, that means 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters? Just type in chat box. 1 meter is equal to blank centimeter. How many centimeter? Type in chat box. Okay, very good, very good. 100 centimeter, right? So your 8 meter will be 800 centimeters. So this will be 825 centimeter. This will be 675 centimeter. And in last, it will be 450 centimeter. So you have to find HCF of 825, 675, and 450. So I hope this HCF you will able to find in homework easily. Yes or no? Right. So this question 6 will be your homework for this question. Anybody is having doubt in this question that why we are finding HCF? If anybody is having doubt in this question, just type Y in chat box. Okay. Do anyone have doubt in this question? Okay. Okay. Great. 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 So no one is having doubt. Okay. Okay. Zem is having doubt. Okay. Zem, can you tell me your name? Your name is this only, right? Can you type your name again? Okay, I'm unmuting you. Can you hear me? Zem, hello. Zem, can you speak something?
Yes, sir.
You are unmuted now.
Yes, sir.
What is your name?
Sir Zain.
Okay, your name is Zain or Zain. Okay, okay, okay. So, can you repeat your name again? Pronunciation?
Zain. Zain.
Can you hear me? Zain. Okay, Zain. So, in what part you are having doubt that why we are taking HCF here?
Yeah, sir. Sir,
Zain,
in that part,
can you
or
tell me your doubt, please? In means in what which part you are having doubt?
sir, in SCF part.
Tell me, Zain.
SCF part, sir.
Which part? Why we are taking?
Yeah, sir.
हाँ वही वही ना मतलब आपको
हाँ.
यही डाउट है ना कि सर हम यहाँ
Yes,
पे
sir.
HCF क्यों ले रहे हैं? ओके
Yes, sir.
ओके ठीक सी वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूँ. सी अगर ये मेरा रॉड है राइट, अगर ये रॉड से मुझे इसकी ब्रेथ कैलकुलेट करनी है राइट, तो ऑब्वियसली रॉड मेरा ये ब्रेथ का मल्टीपल होना चाहिए. सपोज ये ब्रेथ 30 सेंटीमीटर की है राइट, तो नॉट मल्टीपल फैक्टर. तो अगर मेरा रॉड 10 सेंटीमीटर का होगा या 5 सेंटीमीटर का होगा तो उसे मेजर कर पाएगा. अगर 10 सेंटीमीटर का होगा तो 3 पार्ट्स में मेजर कर पाएगा. 5 सेंटीमीटर का होगा तो 6 पार्ट्स में मेजर कर पाएगा राइट. बट अगर ये लेंथ मेरी 30 सेंटीमीटर है और ये पूरी लेंथ मेरी 30 सेंटीमीटर है और रॉड में 7 सेंटीमीटर का ले रहा हूं, तो क्या वो मेजर कर पाएगा? बिकॉज 7 4 28 एंड 7 5 35 राइट. तो ऑब्वियसली वो मेजर नहीं कर पाएगा. अगर मैं उसको रॉड की मदद से मेजर कर रहा हूं, तो सपोज ये फर्स्ट राउंड हो गया, ये सेकंड राउंड हो गया, थर्ड राउंड में मेरा रॉड हाफ बोर्ड के बाहर चला जाएगा राइट, और हाफ हाफ रॉड से मैं मेजर नहीं कर पाऊंगा. आर यू गेटिंग मी? तो अगर रॉड से मुझे उसको मेजर करना है, रॉड उसका फैक्टर होना चाहिए. अब उसके फैक्टर में बहुत सारे ले सकता हूँ. अब रॉड से आपको ये तीनों चीजें मेजर करनी है, तो वो तीनों का कॉमन फैक्टर होना चाहिए. और क्वेश्चन में आपको दिया है रॉड आपका लॉन्गेस्ट होना चाहिए. लॉन्गेस्ट मतलब हाईएस्ट, तो आपका हाईएस्ट कॉमन फैक्टर होना चाहिए, इसीलिए हमने HCF ली. ओके क्लियर विद दिस? ज़ैन अब क्लियर हुआ? ओके लेट अस वेट फॉर 2 minutes. Okay. Everyone, can you hear me now? Everyone, can you hear me now? Okay. I hope I am audible to everyone. Echo. Now am I audible perfectly? Now is there echo is there? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now see, where was I? I was explaining this HCF, right? And then this internet issue came up. Now see, so what I was trying to explain is this rod should be factor of anything I am going to measure, right? Why so? See here, if it is 10 centimeter and if it is 30 centimeter, then and then only I am going to measure it, because 10 ones are 10, 10 twos are 20, and 10 threes are 30. Then I can completely measure it. But suppose it is having length 11 centimeter, okay, and this whole length is my 30 only. So this will be 11, 11 twos are 22, and after, if I'm moving this, my rod will go out of the box. See here, my rod will go out of this dimension. Okay, can you see this part? This part is out of the dimension of the box. So I can use this rod to measure this dimension in one and one condition only, that my length of this rod should be factor of this dimension. It should be factor. Now we have to measure all these three dimensions. We have to measure all these three dimensions with this only. Again, I am repeating, sorry for inconvenience. We have to measure all these three dimensions with this rod only. That means our rod should be factor of all these three dimensions. Our rod should be factor of all these three dimensions. Everybody clear with this? So here my rod should be factor of all these three dimensions. That means it should be common factor of all these three dimensions. And in question they have asked us it should be longest rod. Longest rod means we have to take highest common factor, right? We have to take HCF. Everybody clear with this? Right. Now Zain, is it clear to you, Zain? Can you answer? Okay, Zain, thank you. Now, so can we move to next question, please? Right. So this HCF you have to do by your own in your homework. Now let us see last question of in-class exercise. That is question number 7. Okay. Prove that if a positive integer is of the form 6q plus 5, then it is also of the form 3m plus 2. 1 minute. Shreya has questioned me one thing. Sir, then longest side is less than LBH. Longest side. 1 minute, Shreya. Let me unmute you. Hello, Shreya. Okay, Shreya, can you hear me? Shreya, you are unmuted now. You can answer me. Yes, it is 75 centimeter. HCF will come 75 centimeter. Obviously, it will be less than LBH. Why it will be less than LBH? Because this rod, you are going to use this rod to measure all these lengths. How you will measure? You will just rotate this rod. That 1, 2, 3, like that. So obviously it will be less than all of this. It is factor of all of this. That means it should be factor of all of this. It should be less than all of this. Okay. Shreya, now clear? Okay. Great. So now see your students, question number 7. If a integer is of form, prove that if a positive integer of the form 6q plus 5, your question is if a positive integer is of form 6q plus 5, then it is also of the form 3m plus 2. That means we can write in the form of 3m plus 2 for some integers q and m. For some integers q and m, where q and m could be any integers. And this is first statement. Again, second statement is there, but not conversely. But not conversely means what will be its converse? That if 3m plus 2 is any positive integer, if any positive integer is 3m plus 2, then it cannot be written as 6q plus 5. So here we have to prove these two questions, two statements. Any positive integer in the form of 6q plus 5 can be written as in the form of 3m plus 2, and any positive integer in the form of 3m plus 2 cannot be written as 6q plus 5. Everybody clear in the question? This is the question. Now let us prove first statement. Okay, so our first statement is our integer is of the type 6q plus 5. Let us take our positive integer is a, and is a equal to this, a is equal to 6q plus 5. Okay, now we have to prove that can this 6q plus 5 be written as 3m plus 2 in all the cases. Okay, so let us identify कि हम उसको 3m plus 2 के फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं या नहीं. तो you know that in earlier, when I was starting this class, after discussing all your doubts of homework, right, I have shown you one question of even and odd number, and from that question I have told you to write in formula book these three things, right, or so many things, that any integer can be written in the form of 2q comma 2q plus 1, or if I'm writing 3q, then for 3q comma 3q plus 1 comma 3q plus 2. Are you getting my point? This statement is different, this statement is different. For 4q, it can be 4q, 4q plus 1, 4q plus 2, 4q plus 3. Are you getting my point? From these statements, I am going to use one of this statement to proving this. Now, which statement I am going to use? Can you guess? Can anyone guess? Here, what I have to prove? 6q plus 5 can be written as 3m plus 2. So, obviously, I have to take that statement in which 3 is coming, right? So, which statement should I take? Let me take 3q, 3q plus 1, and 3q plus 2. Can I take this, students? 3q and 3q plus 1 and 3q plus 2. But again, here it is q, okay, and here again it is q. So in both the places, there can be confusion of q and q. And obviously both cannot be same, right? So I am taking this as any other number or any other variable. Okay, and in proof I have to prove it is m. Okay, so I am not taking this as q as well as I am not taking this as m. Let us take anything else. So suppose I am taking this as n. Okay, so now here see, students, again it is stuck. We have to wait for 2-3 minutes. Give me some time. Hello, everyone can hear me, right? My audio is audible. Okay, am I audible? Everyone? Okay, yes. Thank you, students. Now see, okay. Now here what I was trying to tell you, students, is so here we are having q here as well. We are having q here as well. Okay, and we have to prove this as m. So I am not taking this as q because q is already here. and I'm not taking this as m because m is already we are going to prove. So let me take this as n. Okay, so here this is a, my friends, this is a. Okay, so here q can be 3n comma 3n plus 1 comma 3n plus 2. I am taking three cases. These three cases I have written in terms of n. Okay. Mohit had typed no. Mohit, you are having doubt in any question? Mohit, I am unmuting you. Okay. Mohit, can you hear me? Mohit, tell
Yes,
me
sir.
in which. Okay. You are having doubt in which part?
Sir, why did you take it as 3n?
ओके ग्रेट. देखो मैं वापस समझा रहा हूँ, सब आराम से समझो. सी a is equal to 6q plus 5, right? A equal to 6q plus 5 over here. Now m plus 2 है. Okay, I have to prove that it is 3m plus 2. मतलब ऑब्वियसली मुझे 3 के टर्म में लेना है. तो 3 के टर्म वाले मेरे पास सिर्फ 3 पोर्शंस है. Those are 3q, 3q plus 1 and 3q plus 2. Now let us see variable over here. ऑलरेडी q वेरिएबल है. अब q को मुझे इसके टर्म में लिखना है, तो ऑलरेडी एक बार q है तो दूसरी बार मैं q नहीं ले सकता, राइट? आई कैन नॉट राइट q कैन बी 3q, 3q plus 1, 3q plus 2. तो मुझे कोई दूसरा वेरिएबल लेना पड़ेगा. तो एक तो मैं q नहीं ले सकता. ओके, अब दूसरा वेरिएबल मैं कौन सा ले सकता हूँ? क्या मैं m ले सकता हूँ? नहीं, m क्यों नहीं ले सकता? क्योंकि m मुझे प्रूफ करना है. यहाँ सिंप्लीफिकेशन करूंगा तो सिंप्लीफिकेशन करके कुछ आएगा, उसे मैं m बोलूंगा. ओके, तो इसलिए मैं इसको q भी नहीं ले रहा, m भी नहीं ले रहा, कुछ और ले रहा हूं. तो वो मैंने क्या लिया है? n. अब पता चला मोहित? टाइप यस और नो? मोहित, I think net connection is there. Okay, so can you hear me everyone? मोहित क्लियर हुआ? ओके, अभिषेक को भी डाउट है. अभिषेक आपको क्लियर हुआ ना? Okay, now can everyone hear me now? I hope now is not lagging. Yes, 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 because there was one issue. Okay. Okay, Abhishek is still having doubt. Abhishek, do one thing. Just call me after this class. Okay, I will solve all your doubts. Okay, call me after this class. I will tell you how to do, what to do. Okay, then we will solve all these things. So we discussed that we can take q as 3n, 3n plus 1, 3n plus 2. Now, so let us take our case number 1. So our case 1 is q is equal to 3n. So I am putting q is equal to 3n in this equation, right? Let us take this equation as equation number 1. So my equation 1 will become a is equal to 6q plus 5. is equal to 6. What is my q? 3n plus 5. Now 6 3s are 18 n plus 5. Now see, what I have to prove is, can I write 6q plus 5 as 3m plus 2? That means मुझे यहाँ पे 3 कॉमन निकालना है और प्लस 2 बचना चाहिए. तो समझो प्लस 5 को मैं क्या लिख सकता हूँ, समझना इधर. 18n plus, can I write 5 as 3 plus 2? Yes or no? Can I write 5 as 3 plus 2? Now from these two, can I take 3 as common? So this will be 6n, because 6 3s are 18 plus 1 plus 2. Yes or no? Now this 6n plus 1, can I take 6n plus 1 as m? So can I write this as 3m plus 2? Right, where my m is 6n plus 1. Where my m is 6n plus 1. Everybody got this clear? In this first case, anyone is having doubt? If anyone is having doubt, write Y in your chat box. If anyone is having doubt, write Y in your chat box. Okay. Okay, great, great, great. If you understood this first case, then you will easily understand second and third case. Okay, Rutuja is telling to repeat again. I will repeat. Krish is having doubt. Okay, I will repeat. Okay, see, I am repeating this once again. See, students, here I have to take 3 different cases. My q can be 3n or 3n plus 1 or 3n plus 2. So let us take first case. My q is 3n. So I'm putting q is equal to 3n in A equal to 6q plus 5. So my q will become 3n. So this will become 6 3s are 18n plus 5. Okay. Now what I have to prove? See it carefully. I have to prove that, can I write this as 3m plus 2? That means multiple of 3 plus 2. That means 2 should be one side, 2 should be there on one side, and rest of other things which are besides of 2, it should be multiple of 3. दो एक तरफ होना चाहिए और दो की लेफ्ट साइड पे जो भी है वो 3 का मल्टीपल होना चाहिए. So what I'll be doing is, from 5 I will take 2 as separate. Okay, and I'll take it 2 on right side. So can I write 5 as 3 plus 2? So I'll keep 2 on right side. Right. I am checking here that I can write it here. I can write this as 3m plus 2 or not. मैं यहाँ पे ये देख रहा हूँ, क्या मैं उसको 3m plus 2 लिख सकता हूँ या नहीं. तो प्लस 2 को मैंने ऑलरेडी अलग रख दिया है. राइट, फिर आगे का मेरा जो बचा है, that is 18n plus 3. I have taken 3 common from that, so it will be my 6n plus 1 plus 2. So here I am taking 6n plus 1 as m, so my A will become 3m plus 2. Now is it clear, everybody? No, Snigdho. See, Snigdho, what Snigdho is asking is, why we are taking q in terms of 3n, 3n plus 1, 3n plus 2. Why we are not taking A in terms of 3n, 3n plus 1, 3n plus 2? Because Snigdho, we have to prove that our A should be 3m plus 2. We have to prove that A should be 3m plus 2. That's why we are not taking A as this, or this. We are taking q as this, and this, and in all these cases we are going to prove our A is 3m plus 2. Everybody clear with this? Okay, now great. Right, so first case is clear. So let us move to second and third case. Thank you for your patience, students. We will take only 5 minutes next. Okay, not more than that. In 5 minutes this question is going to end. Okay, so only 5 minutes. So this was our case number 1. Now case 2. Our case 2 is, can I take q as 3n plus 1? So my case 2 is, my q is 3n plus 1. Let us take q as 3n plus 1. Now see, if I'm taking q as 3n plus 1, my A was 6q plus 5. Right? Let me put this q in my A. So my A will become 6. What is my q? 3n plus 1 plus 5. So after simplifying, I will get 6 3s are 18n plus 6 plus 5. So this will be 18n plus 6 plus 5, 11. Again, what I have to prove, can I write this as 3m plus 2 or not? So again, let us take 2 as one side on another side. So 18n plus 11, can I write write 11 as 9 plus 2? क्या मैं 11 को 9 plus 2 लिख सकता हूँ? राइट, तो ताकि 9 एक जगह पे अलग हो जाए, 2 एक जगह पे अलग हो जाए. अब 2 के अलावा बाकी की चीजों में से क्या मैं 3 कॉमन निकाल सकता हूँ? लेट अस चेक. अगर मैं 3 कॉमन निकाल रहा हूँ तो इट विल बिकम 6n because 6 3 is 18 plus 3 plus 2. So can I take 6n plus 3 as m over here? So here also a is equal to 3m plus 2, where my m is equal to 6n plus 3. Everybody clear with this? So in second case also, I can write a is equal to 3m plus 2. Anybody is having doubt in this second case? If anyone is having doubt in this second case, just type yes in chat box. If anyone is having doubt in second case, type y in chat box. Very good, no one is having doubt. So students, still here we have completed all these two cases. In these two cases, we have seen that our 6q plus 5 is can be written as 3m plus 2. Now let us check third, that is final case. Okay, so here our final case will be, so my case 3, what is my case 3? It is my q is equal to 3n plus 2. If I'm taking my q as 3n plus 2, then my a will become, my a is 6q plus 5. Okay, let us put value of q over here. So my a will be 6 into 3n plus 2 plus 5. So we will multiply 6 over here. 6 3s are 18n plus 6 2s are 12 plus 5. So this will become 18n plus 17. Again, I have to separate 2. So I will write 18n plus 15 plus 2. Okay. So from 18n plus 15, I'll take 3 as common. This will be 6n plus 5 plus 2. Again, 6n plus 5. Can I take 6n plus 5 as m? Okay. If I'll take 6n plus 5 as m, so my a will be 3m plus 2, where my m is 6n plus 5. So here students, you can see that all these three cases, in all these three cases, case 1, I can write a as 3m plus 2. In case 1, I can write a as 3m plus 2. In case 2, I can write a as 3m plus 2. In case 3, I can write a as 3m plus 2. So in all these three cases, I can write a as 3m plus 2. So my statement 1 is proved. Here we have to prove two statements. The first statement was 6q plus 5 can be written as 3m plus 2 in each and every case, that we have proved already. Second case was this is not true, that converse is not true. 3m plus 2 cannot be written as 6q plus 5. So this you have to do by homework. Okay, today we are going to keep till here only. In homework, you have to complete all the remaining questions, right? In homework exercise, you are having question number 6, 7, 8, 9. So those will be your homework for today. So today's homework is, I am repeating over here. So today's homework is its remaining part. Okay, this question's remaining part is your homework, as well as homework exercise question number 6, 7, 8. Okay, question number 6, 7, 8. So all the remaining question and 9, question number 6, 7, 8, 9. So all the remaining questions you have to complete from homework. Just you have to try, right? It is good that you are trying and you are making mistakes. Making mistakes is good, students. So just try, right, and make mistakes. If you make as many mistakes, we will learn as many things from those mistakes and we will improve. So just make mistakes, try from them. This is all our homework for today. If anybody want to ask any question, he or she can ask in chat box. We are keeping till here only. Thank you, everyone. Anyone want to ask anything? Write in chat box. Okay. 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 Thank you, students. Thank you. Thank you. So we are ending our meeting.